Primetime, that's the name.
Primetime.
Primetime.
What time is it? Showtime, primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
And then he couldn't fire his glutes later.
Matt Hayes.
I'm not running over the Barnett Tower and heaving myself off.
And Leon Searcy.
Now, you come across that middle, you had some meat on your bone.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Talk about not firing your glutes. They did not fire Saturday night, okay? On the defensive side, negative Ghost Rider. That did not happen. So this is what happened, ladies and gentlemen, as we begin the noon hour with XL Primetime on a Mokama Beer Company Monday. The unbeaten preseason streak is over. It's over, okay? We had something. It was special. We were riding it out into its third season of unprecedented preseason success, sans the Ravens. It's over. But we are 100% bona fide special teams capital of the world.
We are. Confirmed.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Round of applause
Outstanding, JJ.
for Cam Little. Little name.
Everyone wants to doubt Jacksonville.
Big
Never doubt Jacksonville.
Little name, big leg. We knew it. We scouted him. We knew how good he was going to be, and that was the highlight of Saturday night. All right, welcome in XL Primetime. We're just going to do our XLP Big Three as we go along today, but honestly, there were some bright spots that you could point to, but you can't get away from a defense that let a team go right down the field and put it in the end zone. And really the only bright spot, Leon, was the fact that Little nailed a 70-yard field goal, which was crazy good.
Well, here's the thing. Me being a former player, I'm going to tell you what the bright spot. The bright spot is that we got game film, all right? Because as a coaching staff, it's hard to evaluate guys in practice because not all the time can you go full speed in practice when it comes to tackling, when it comes to coverage, blocking, rushing, all that kind of stuff, right? Because you can't. So now you got the film. Now you can evaluate hard after the first preseason game on all the stuff that you couldn't do in practice.
Right. The
double teams, the blocking, the getting after the quarterback, and all that kind of stuff. So the teaching points are important. And I'm sure after that game, especially on the defensive side of the field, Campanile did some cussing. All right. He absolutely did some cussing because there was no pass rush, for one. Couldn't stop the run up the middle. All the things that we figured going into this game that we were going to probably struggle at.
Right.
And then we didn't cover well. Gave up too many big plays on the defense.
It's funny. I thought they would come out running, and they didn't even need to come out running. They just came out and made big play. 19-yard gain, 18-yard gain, whatever that they started off with. So, yeah, a lot of success.
Well, in the pre-show meeting, I did the backup quarterbacks for the Pittsburgh Steelers, what they amounted to in the game.
Mm-hmm. You're talking about the mighty Skylar Thompson and Mason Rudolph.
Yes, Rudolph. Yes, absolutely. We're talking about 29 of 38 for 317 yards and 4 touchdowns and no turnovers. Is that good?
That's bad.
That is bad.
So I've been thinking about this all weekend, okay? Here's the problem with the defense. No one on that defense makes the unique play. No one. And listen, and I know that's all hyperbole. No, it's not. No one. In fact, there was one play, so I shouldn't say no one. One time in that game when Tyson Campbell, they ran that drag or rub route, whatever you wanted to call it for Robert Woods to get him open. Tyson Campbell fought through it and tackled him for like a 3-yard gain when it could have been a much bigger gain for anyone else.
Yeah.
Any other corner in that team, that's a touchdown, okay? He makes a play there. That's the only play I saw anyone make the entire day.
Yeah.
The entire day.
Well,
first team, second team, anyway. They were without their starting quarterback, starting running back, starting wide receiver, both 2 tight ends, and 2 offensive linemen. And they literally did whatever they wanted against that defense.
Yeah,
anything, anytime, anywhere in the field, any down and distance situation, they did what they wanted to do on that defense. And I think if you're really looking at it, it's not about – they've got a bunch of guys over that just do what they're supposed to do. None of them do the unique or the rare.
Right,
None of them make unique plays.
Yeah, so you're saying that dynamic dude on the defense, which is what –
anyone.
Yeah, which is what you hope you have in the number 1 overall pick in Trayvon Walker, what you have in a top 10 pick in Josh Hines-Allen, what you have in Travis Hunter, obviously going and moving up and getting him. All the guys that you think have the star power and the sizzle on that side of the ball, you need to see them make plays.
Wasn't Lloyd a first-round pick
Yes,
as well?
I mean, Foye tackles. Foye doesn't make rare plays.
No,
he just does his job.
Yeah, he's steady.
Yes, he just does his job. You got 10 guys out there. sometimes 11, that just do their job.
Yeah, and then the Devin Lloyd, the trade up.
Right. Trayvon Walker makes big plays. When he does make big plays, it's because he's just stronger than somebody.
Yeah.
When Josh Hines-Allen makes a big play, because he's athletically long and gifted, he will make a play every once in a while. There's nothing consistent about that defense.
Yeah.
And,
So
and here's
look,
the thing.
right,
I want to say this too.
Yeah.
In the third quarter, they went to the sideline and showed Anthony Campanile in his face. And I'm thinking, I've seen that face somewhere before. And then I remembered
wanna get away?
that was the lead guitarist. That was Ryan Nielsen, the same face of, I don't know what to call because I got nobody out there that can make a play.
Yeah, want to get away? And so I feel like Campanile got schooled, okay? Let's not – we can look at the way this defense went. This was game number 1. I'm not going to trash the schedule and say there's no hope or anything like that. But it was not pretty on that side of the ball. And you know what this was? A first-time defensive coordinator against Arthur Smith, who is a pretty dang good, accomplished play caller. He has had a shot as a head coach. It didn't work out in Atlanta, but a fairly well-respected play caller. And so he pants Campanile, okay? There's no other way to get around
Right, but at the end of the day, this team is playing for a new staff. They have the whole idea of this is a new day, a new era.
Yes.
It's your first time to go out there in the stadium in front of your home fans with the silk jerseys on, the lights are on. This is what you got to do. You get abused on defense, and your first play on offense, your starting right tackle jumps off sides.
Right, yeah. And look, the penalties and so on and so forth, at the very least, both first and second team offense went down and got field goals out of it. There's certainly some positives that I can find, but the defense was the biggest glaring need, or one of the bigger glaring needs coming in. And now you come out of this first game. It doesn't mean this is how they are going to be forever in 2025. But like JJ, if you can pull up Liam Cohen from Saturday night, I think it's cut 7 where the question was asked, just a little concerned about that second team offense going down the field the way they did, which you can't help but be a little concerned. And he did have some strong things to say about the defense and a little bit more today after practice. But here is Liam from Saturday night.
Yeah, I think there's a little concern with, I think we were playing a little loose in some of our coverage system, I was a little disappointed with the early 3rd and 2, I think it was, where we're playing a tight 3 deep in that situation, and we got off coverage to give an easy Omaha away. That was a little frustrating to see. So, those are some things when you're playing a new system, right? They've been playing a lot of man coverage over the last year here and playing a lot more zone coverage. So oftentimes you almost start to do too much the other way, where we're giving up a lot of grass and a little bit of room. So I imagine we're going to want to ask these guys to get a little stickier.
Yeah, the only way you're going to get stickier is if you're close to the wide receiver.
You're leaking oil, bro, early.
Liam, babe.
Yeah.
You better look at the talent on that defense, and that's the problem.
There's nothing unique about us. I mean, listen, we get fooled every year, all right? We go out to practice, and Trayvon Walker, Josh Allen, the defense, they get after our offense pretty good. I said, well, this tandem is going to have a phenomenal year. You know what I'm saying? And then they go up against backup tackles in the preseason game where you think that you got your one. That's a clear mismatch.
Yeah. So once again, you're saying it's Jaguar good versus.
Yeah.
Well, also win. It's the first game of a new regime. You want to put your best foot forward. You want to show, this is us now.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty much what you've been all along.
I mean, I agree with Matt when he says this, that there's no one out there that's unique that you can depend on to make big plays at opportune times. I mean, against the number 2 offense.
When Tyson Campbell made that play, I was like, that's a play.
Yeah.
How many times do you see that during the season on their defense?
Tyson also, this defense got torched on
Yes, absolutely.
Big man 80.
100%.
Right down through the seam. But the other thing is that it goes back, at least the way I've always phrased it, is that no one on that side of the ball scares you. No one makes you, when you walk to the line of scrimmage, find out where he's at.
There's no one on the defensive side of the ball where our offense says, okay, we have, like when we was here in Jacksonville. When we played the Ravens, they had all kind of guys on their team that we had the game plan against.
Exactly.
Ray, McCrary, Boo Ware, all those type of guys. I mean, there's no one on this team where offensive coordinator says, okay, if we don't stop that guy, we're in trouble.
All right, so let's set that. That's our backdrop. Like I said, I'm not selling and saying it's over, but roster is the roster. You can't make everything good as gravy with one offseason and one draft. But there definitely are some concerns and holes, particularly on that side of the ball. What did you think of the offense? What did you think of the defense? And let's get into the XLP Big Three coming up here in just a second. Mocama Beer Company, they bring you today's show. You can find them any day of the week up in beautiful Fernandina, South 8th Street, and the Wildlight location, and then on the shelves at Target, ABC, or Total Wine, and Publix, along with ABC. You can check them out anywhere and enjoy some of that delicious craft. We'll keep bragging on them, but you guys, we need to find somebody to brag on with your Jacksonville Jaguars from that game against the Steelers Saturday night.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. He tackles talk radio like a middle linebacker in the gap.
I tell it like I see it, and I see it like a middle linebacker.
Tommy Mack. Fridays on Jaguars Today. Unsealed by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
Hello, Jacksonville. This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, we know not every injury happens on Sundays. Sometimes it's flag football, weekend yard work, or just playing with your kids. That's why we built a team of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons, experts in everything from knees and shoulders to spine and sports injuries. Whether you're chasing championships or chasing your dog, we've got you. Learn more at osjax.com. That's osjax.com.
Ready to add some value to your day? The everyday deals at Sonny's have got you covered. Right now, you can get the pork big deal for $10, the pork and rib combo for $12, all you can eat ribs for $19.99, and our new loaded barbecue potato for $11. Available all day, every day. And that's why it's always Sonny's here. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
Listening that fits your schedule perfectly.
Absolutely brilliant.
Go on demand.
Ad-free shows after the live show's end.
How about that? Channel 5.
Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning. Search where you find podcasts.
Attention sports fans, are you ready to take your game to the next level? Look no further than Best Bet. You can bet anywhere, but you'll definitely win here. Experience the thrill of sports like never before. With all the big games broadcasting live on our big screens and a menu stacked with your favorite foods and refreshing drinks, you're sure to find your winning ticket. Bet anywhere, win here, only at Best Bet. Visit bestbetjax.com to learn more. That's bestbetjax.com.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. As temperatures warm up around us, ants come out in droves. And when they move into your home or business, it's unnerving. Terminix knows that ants add up fast, but Terminix subtracts them faster because living with ants isn't any fun. When ants show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with an ant problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com.
There's certain places you know if you go in, they got what you're looking for, like Gate Convenience Stores and Cold Modelo's. That's the ticket. Or get on the craft side of things with something from Bolt City or Sweetwater. Hit the cooler at Gate. Full of choices and all of them good.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Football season finally upon us, and with that comes cooler weather. If you've been wanting to upgrade your outdoor living space, you should call the experts at Lifetime Enclosures now. From glass lanais to screened-in enclosures, Lifetime Enclosures and Flooring is the best in the business, so give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
You'll always feel good when you send someone a Kuhn Flowers floral or plant arrangement. This is RJ with 1010XL, and no matter what the reason, Kuhn Flowers has always come through for me. Order online at KuhnFlowers.com.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, Jason, got a minute?
Always. What's on your mind?
This time of year, my air conditioner is running non-stop. Hot all day, hot all night. It has to run constantly just to keep up.
Well, that's what they do.
But if something happens to it in the middle of a 2-week heat wave, I'm in trouble, Jason. I can't wait 3 days or 2 days or even the next day for service. If you can't get someone here today, I'm sweating by tonight. What if it breaks, Jason?
You call me, pal. That's what we do. Bueller Air and Plumbing.
But you're probably swamped with calls from everyone else's AC that ran nonstop and then broke in a heat wave, so they called you because that's what you do.
But we always have room for an emergency. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we have techs standing by because we know these things happen.
So I don't need to worry. Wow. That time he calmed me down without even using the sunglasses.
Oh, I was reaching for them.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Running play with Tutin. Tries to pick his way. Broke a tackle. Got it inside the 5. Keeps those legs churning. They're still churning. Toward the goal line. Tutin near the goal line. Touchdown! He carried defenders with him into the end zone for the score.
It's Mocama Monday on XL Primetime. Head to the tap room at Fernandina Beach every day that ends with Y and enjoy some Mocama.
Frank Franchi on the call. You heard it right here on the play-by-play home of your Jacksonville Jaguars and Bashel Tutin. And it's true, the way Franchi described that bad boy is that he was willing himself into the end zone, and then right behind him were line mates that all got together and made sure that they bulldozed him into the end zone. But Tutin was running over would-be tacklers and keeping that play alive before they were able to finish the last yard or two. So Bashel, I did talk to him after practice today. We'll hear that conversation coming up in just a bit. But Big, those are the physical run plays that you want to see getting in the end zone.
I mean, we always say move the meat.
Move to me. Absolutely. Listen, that was one of the plays during the game that made me kind of proud to be offensive lineman. And listen, I played against the Steelers, and I could tell you, you would think that you have the unfair advantage because you're 5-on-3 technically up front, but they shift, they angle, they slant, they move on motion, and you have no idea what the other 4 linebackers are doing. So the running game can be compromised if you're not disciplined. All in your angles, your steps, your head placement, your attack angles, your finish, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not making any excuses for them. I'm just saying that when you play against a 3-4 defense like the Steelers, you got to be disciplined with your technique and fundamentals.
So that's why Jack Sawyer, 4th-round draft pick.
No, I'm just talking about the run game. Just talking about the run game.
Sack Trevor Lawrence.
I'm talking about the run game right now.
For Trevor, like leaning over and getting a yard, it would have been a sack.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the run game here, man. I'm trying to show some bright spots.
Like a backup who was playing for the starter.
You're doom and gloom, bro.
Yeah. No, I'm not doing. I'm actually not doom and gloom. I'm actually angry about it, and I think if I'm a fan out there, I'd be angry too. I'd be angry that this is your first time to show the city what you've been doing for 6 months. This new regime, and they go out there and play like that. On
they played terrible. They did. They played terrible. But the bright spot again is that from game 1 to game 2. Is when you're supposed to see your biggest jump.
I get it. I mean, I get it. We say it every year. You say it all the time. You say it all the time. These guys, it doesn't look like they have any fire out there, right? How many times have you said that?
I've said it a lot.
These guys don't look like they love football.
Far too often, and that's discouraging.
Well, I know that the regime change, everything is not going to be fixed overnight. It's just not going to be. We have to realize that. It was a balky built roster, and now they're trying to insert more new guys that are going to hopefully have a better outcome on this football team. But it's still remember, we went through the entire offseason, and you can go to any of them, ESPN, NFL Network, CBS Sports, PFF, whomever, ranking these rosters and where this roster ranks. And what we just said, nobody terrifies offenses from the defensive side of the football.
I get it.
It's real. It exists.
I
didn't
totally
just
get
change
it.
because other people walked into the building.
Right. All I'm saying is that's the second team Steelers offense doing that.
Yeah, but guess what? It wasn't no A.A. Ron, and I know there were others that were missing.
DK Metcalf, Freiermuth, two starting offensive linemen, starting tailback.
I am not defending what this defense did against what would be second teamers, and not at all. Okay, they sucked on that side.
That's right.
Of the ball.
Remember when you asked me what I wanted to see last week? I said, look, this is going to be a ragtag offense they're going to. On the first team defense has to 3 and out and say, we're taking a stand.
Yeah. Look, like I said, we can script write that all day long, but Anthony Campanile is a brand new defensive coordinator. And there are guys that are obviously missing in action from this bunch. We don't know when we'll see them with Mason Smith and Eric Armstead. But the guys that were out there, hell yeah, they need to make more plays. And the calls that are made need to be better on that side of the ball.
And what's discouraging for me is that you're right. They didn't come out and play with any fire. They give up a lot of big plays on offense. So the defense ultimately is the players on the field are implicating the defensive coordinator by not playing as well as they should on Saturday.
I mean, also, let's be honest. We have no idea what they're getting from Eric Armstead this entire season, much less training camp. Mason Smith was a bust in his first year, so we have no idea what they're getting from him. So for us to assume that those two could help them be a significant difference, I don't see it. I just don't see it. Mm-hmm. So this is what they have. This is what they have. Now, the question is, do these guys actually, do they want to play? Do they want to play? Do they want to actually work? Or do they want to be another 4-13 team?
That's good. That's a good question.
Honestly, I don't know how you can look at any of these players and know that that's the one missing thing. Do they want to work? I don't know how you can do it. You have a special, talent that I don't have.
All right, then you're just saying they're guys. Yeah. They're all just guys.
That's probably more to the truth.
Right, and that's fair. I'll take that then. They're just guys.
Yeah, and by the way, there was one guy that was running a draft from 21 on, and this is what we've got. And we can't get away from the fact that those decisions were made. This team that now the triumvirate of Baselli, Gladstones, and Liam inherit.
Right. Okay? I will agree with that.
Yeah, but they're the ones who decided to do nothing with the interior.
At the end of the day, at the end of the day, they did nothing on the interior defensive line. They did nothing on the edge.
Right, like I said, I'm not completely exonerating them or washing this product either. That's the thing, is that I was dying to see what it looked like. It did not look good on one side of the ball. Looked okay on the other side of the ball. But we'll see where it goes. And then obviously, if it's crap, it's going to be labeled as such once we get into the regular season.
Listen, what's discouraging to me that there's not enough conversation inside. At some particular point in time during that game, during that first drive, there's someone on that defense that has got to say, "Hey, bro, this is
enough." Mason Rudolph here, okay?
This is freaking Mason Rudolph here.
Hey, listen, I told you guys, that guy was battling for a starting job last year.
I mean, where are those conversations in the huddle? Like, hey, man, listen, we done gave these guys too much.
Yeah.
Let's stop them. Let's get them out. Let's get them out.
That I agree.
I don't see those kind of conversations during the game. I don't see no fire. I don't see nobody guys. It should be somebody in that huddle when they're together. Say, hey, bro, it's Mason freaking Rudolph.
Yeah.
Let's put a stop to this.
Right.
Nonsense.
Right, or someone like look at Walker and say, that's a 4th-round pick that just got around you.
Mm-hmm. Look, I get all this.
They don't take it. I'm just saying, Joe. They don't take it personal enough for me. That's all I'm saying.
I want to see that part of it. I want to see where Liam does call them out in the accountability. But let's make this the 10-10 take, because the way teams are constructed, it matters. It really does.
Now, Josie's 10-10 take. Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmaster since 68.
It does start with the recipes, and then you got to cook it right and serve it fast, and they do it all for you at any one of your area Sonny's. I always like to take the work in the kitchen and apply it to a team. And honestly, I'll go back to the fact that, is Mike Tomlin a Hall of Fame coach? Yeah. Is that organization considered one of the best out there? Yeah. Is Arthur Smith a pretty damn good play caller? Yeah. And so a lot of the things that they have plugged in already work. This team, brand new, average. You can't, that's not an excuse. That's reality. And so how many times has this football team, I was excited just like anybody else to see what it looked like. And it didn't exactly look like what I wanted it to look like, that's for sure. And we'll see where it goes from here. But the newness and the averageness, you cannot get away from. I just made up a word.
It's all right. It's all right. Because
that is the 10-10
it's the reality. I mean, look, I've been preaching for a month now. It's going to take 2 or 3 years. They're going to have to draft to rebuild this roster. I guess what was really disturbing to me was just that defense. That's what really was disturbing more than anything, was the fact that it just didn't look like they were out there, cared out there. I don't know how, and I might be wrong, but you don't go up against a second-team offense, all right? Once again, you're playing in front of your fans for the first time with this new regime. You don't go out there and perform like that. You just don't.
This is when honestly, I believe there's a lot of overreaction in the preseason.
Of course there is.
Good or bad.
Yes.
And like I said, that is just business as usual for that bunch up there. This is a bunch of newness for this bunch down here. They weren't game planning against each other. They weren't scouting and putting tape in. You know that, Leon. They don't do that. They will probably do a little more game planning this week, and then they'll probably look at it a little bit more in the third one. But it is not breaking it down to the nth degree against the team you're going to face.
Yeah, I mean, well, in Pittsburgh, I mean, this team organization has to get – in Pittsburgh, the standard is the standard.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that they came out and did what they did because the bar is set real high. I mean, second team, third team doesn't matter. Execution, there's the coaching staff make sure that from first to third, these guys are equipped and they're coached well. So, I mean, we've got to get to – and they play with fire. So, I mean, we've got to get to that point where the standard is the standard. Right now, our standard hasn't been the standard.
There is no standard.
I know. I'm saying there's established standard in Pittsburgh.
I mean, I agree with you, Joe, that it's overreaction. Of course it is. That's ESPN right now. They're 15 minutes on Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
Who in his first start's probably going to be 8-23 with 3 picks.
Yeah, I think you know those
I
hot
get all of
buttons.
that. Yes.
Those hot buttons are a little
I get
different
all
there.
of that. All I'm saying is for them to come out with that kind of product is disturbing. It's disturbing. And I can guarantee you there's a lot of people driving around out there and listening at their offices thinking, what in the world did I just watch on Saturday?
It looked too similar on defense to the Bills game last year, to the Lions game, like just getting absolutely shredded.
And like we said earlier,
they're not around. Here's another. I'm sorry for interrupting, Joe. They're not around the ball, Leon. There's no one making a unique or rare play. Once it happened.
Well, I mean, you said earlier they're assignment football players. No one does anything unique. No one goes tackle for loss. No one get a strip sack. None of that kind of stuff. There's a reason why this team only had
9 turnovers.
9 turnovers all season long. I mean, they're assignment football players.
Nothing rare on that defense.
They got to get beyond that.
Yeah, and that does boil down to the Jimmies and Joes versus the X's and O's. Yeah. But I also believe that if you don't have both, you're probably not going to be very good. And one of our texters, you can hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, 641-1010. I totally get you. Been hearing, quote, everything can't be fixed overnight, quote, for 25 damn years. I get it, man. But you have to, at the very least right now, accept that what you had was good for, the second half of 22, and then the first half of 23, and then it went to hell in a handbasket after that. And so now you had to wipe the slate clean, and you hope like heck that you're arming yourself with better teachers and better players.
Yeah, and I hate to go down memory lane all the time, but I mean, 96, there was nothing really special about this team early on. We were averages all days, but we had fire. I mean, we had fire. We had guys on our team. I mean, the Basellis and the Bart Brunells and Jim, they came about because of that 96 team, right? Because of what we did. I mean, we fought. I mean, we competed. I mean, the games we
cared.
Yes, we cared. We cared. We took it personal.
But how do you know they don't care? That's my whole
don't know that, Joe.
Question.
But all I've been watching for the last 3 years in that defense is a team that goes out there and goes through the motions.
Right, but
that's all I've been watching.
Yeah, and I agree with Leon in the very simple fact that I love when he would always describe it, the band of misfit toys in 96. And it did obviously come alive and became special. But then all those guys continued on by being great. Whereas I don't know if there's any great on that particular
but when I say
I
care,
was looking forward to Tyson Campbell having an unbelievable start after what we all regarded.
Yeah, one good play.
Yeah, but then also got lost.
He was arguably the worst player on defense.
When I say care, it's what we talk about all the time.
He made a tackle after a 19-yard gain.
It's want, Leon. It's want. I don't see any want in that defense. Football, Joe. We all played football.
Yeah, but
it's want.
I just love the labeling, and like I said, I don't know. If I knew,
let me tell you something. Campanile said everybody understands an ass kicking. Well, they got an ass kicking. Okay,
he kind of needs to show that he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Well, all right.
Okay,
I'm fine with that too.
All of this is true.
It's like John McKay. What are your thoughts on
execution?
I'm all for it. Yeah, let's see it.
And so if you make a call on 3rd and 2 and you're playing 10 off, whose fault is that? You guys think about that. This is XL.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
XL Prime Time, driven by Duval Ford.
When you're faced with damage in your home from water, fire, or mold, you need a team with the expertise to fix it right.
Resto Pros!
A locally owned, nationally backed franchise that's here to help you when you need them. A team that does it right the first time.
Resto Pros!
Remember, you don't have to use the insurance company's preferred contractors. Get it done right by a licensed professional you can trust. Call 904-201-9151 or go to RestoProsNEFlorida.com. That's RestoProsNEFlorida.com.
Resto Pros!
Leon Cersei here for Mel Excel. In 60 days, you'll be one of two guys. The first, sluggish, foggy, not keeping up with your life. The second, driven, strong, and confident. What's the difference? Mel Excel Daily Low-Dose Testosterone Protocol. One free assessment can change everything for 100,000 men. You don't have to be the first guy anymore. Take control of TryMelXL.com. Your move.
Florida Heat hitting like a heavyweight? Time to call in the champ. KO Electric and HVAC. We knock out the heat and power up your comfort. Fast, reliable, and undefeated in home service. KOElectricJacks.com. KOElectricJacks.com.
I'm Frank Franzi. I told you my daughter Amber has tried Awaken 180. Man, has it worked. You ready for this? After 3 weeks and change, she's lost 22.5 pounds. You should give it a try. 844-346-1800 or visit awaken180weightloss.com.
Right now at Beard's Diamonds, pay $0 down and get 0 interest financing for 5 whole years. Yes, you heard it right. That $12,000 designer engagement ring is yours now for just $200 a month. This makes everything affordable. How about a $6,000 diamond eternity band, just $100 a month? Say goodbye to high interest rates. Get the relief you deserve at Beard's Diamonds. But hurry, this incredible offer ends August 31st and will not be extended. How about a $3,000 pair of diamond earrings, only $50 a month? Make any purchase and spread your payments over 5 years with $0 down and 0 interest financing. Rings, earrings, bands, bracelets, pendants, colored gemstone jewelry. Let our non-commissioned experts at Beards help you find the perfect piece of jewelry and take advantage of our best financing offer ever. Beards Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center, Jacksonville's premier locally owned jeweler. Shop now and enjoy 0 interest financing for 5 years. Hurry, this amazing offer ends August 31st. On approved credit, some restrictions apply. See store for details.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Want to grow your hair back?
IHRS, right here in Jacksonville, is the only hair transplant clinic in the Southeast to offer multi-unit hair grafting and the 45-minute PRP treatments. Grow your hair back. Call now for a free in-person evaluation. 904-777-IHRS, 904-777-4477, or visit hairforme.com.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, our first AP poll of the college football season has been released. Obviously, no games have been played, but quickly, the top 5, I'll give it to you. Texas, Penn State, number 2. Ohio State, number 3. Clemson, 4. Georgia, 5. I'll just do the whole top 10. We got Notre Dame at 6. Oregon, 7. Bama, 8. LSU, 9. The Miami Hurricanes, 10. And the Florida Gators are coming in at number 15.
Nice.
In the first AP poll. So there will be 3 top 10 AP matchups in the first weekend of the season. We have Texas versus Ohio State. We have Clemson versus LSU. And, of course, Miami versus Notre Dame.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
It is.
Just soak it up. It's going to come at us fast and furious. Labor Day weekend will be so good.
It worries me a little bit. Here's the reason why. Miami being number 10 worries me a little bit. When the expectations are high. Okay, because last year Miami was 9-0, number 6 in the country.
Expectations sky high.
Sky high, and then they fell to they fell out the playoffs.
Yeah.
So now they're coming in at 10. Last year I think they were like high 20s, and then they rose to the ranks of the top 10. That's all. That's all.
Listen, I can appreciate your nervousness.
I'm not nervous. I'm just saying they don't have no aspirations.
You were on a team that was ranked high.
Right, no kidding.
And delivered.
I cannot believe I'm hearing you say this right now. You're worried about expectations.
Yeah, Miami was 19 coming into last year.
That was me.
Oh, you're the Canes.
That was me. I had something to do with that. I don't know what they got going on over there.
All right, so here you go. We'll get back to some of the Jags thoughts. You guys can definitely hit the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. We already have had several requests at Cole Mokama right now, just to kind of get that defensive stain off the brain from Saturday night. But we'll get back to them. But I just want to hit these colleges real quick. Texas, 25 first-place votes. Southeastern Conference now, the preseason number 1 team for a record 5th straight year. So we'll see.
Hang the banner.
Yeah. The SEC chance will start right now. Nittany Lions, and I got to believe this, Matt, this is the highest regarded team that James Franklin has had and the most first-place votes that I think that he's ever had.
Yes to both.
I'm pretty sure. 23 first-place votes for the Nittany Lions as they will open up. And here it is. Highest preseason ranking since they were number 1 to open the 97 season.
Yeah, I told JJ this. If you're going strictly on who's coming back,
they're loaded.
Returning starters, a third-year starter quarterback, they're loaded. They're loaded.
Well, you said they should be number 1.
I do. I think I would have, if I was in the AP Bowl voter, I would have voted them 1.
Yeah, both of the teams, 1 and 2, CFP performers. Both of them bringing back a lot, but you're right. Aller, the experienced guy, versus and
versus Manning. You mean?
Yeah.
As far as Texas?
Well, yeah. If you were going to use the logic,
I mean, not only that, Texas has got issues on the defensive line. Texas has some. I mean, you're asking a lot of a guy that again has a win against Mississippi State in his start and a win against Louisiana in his start and has never played an SEC road game.
And by the way, the name alone might have been the one thing to get him over the top.
Sure, I guess
as far as votes go.
Yeah, I would have even with Gunnar Stockton, a quarterback, I probably would have put Georgia ahead of Texas.
Okay, all right. So Buckeyes next up, 11 first place votes,
also too high,
and because we don't know about their quarterback.
Well, it's not only that their entire defense was gutted.
Well, both Texas and Ohio State sent off quite a few talented players.
Ohio State's offense is rebuilt too.
Yeah. Clemson, 4 first-place votes. Georgia got 1. Notre Dame, Oregon. Oregon got a first-place vote. Alabama, LSU, Miami rounding out the top 10.
I probably would have done Penn State, Georgia, Clemson, my top 3. That would have been my top 3.
You would? Okay.
Yeah.
Even with Georgia with the quarterback issues?
Yeah, because they're just so good everywhere else.
Oh, okay. All right.
And they really put some pieces around him in the offseason, around Gunnar Stockton. They've got 2 legit receivers now.
And Gunnar Stockton might not even be the starter
he may
in
not.
a couple weeks.
Right. Maybe
they love that. Yeah.
But they've got guys that are not dropping 33 balls this year. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, led Power 4 in drops last year. The SEC leading all conferences with 10 teams.
10? I did number. I must have missed them. I had them at 9. They 10. They got 10, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Vandy missed out.
Did you not count the Gators? Is that what you did, Liam?
I may have.
You probably just forgot all about it.
Forgot to count the Gators. Okay.
Or you might have forgot Texas is in the SEC now.
That's possible.
Yep.
Or Oklahoma. Is Oklahoma in the top 25?
I skipped Oklahoma. Yeah. There it is.
Okay.
18th. Yeah. That is the biggest BOS. Are you kidding me?
Is it? I think Oklahoma is going to be better than Tennessee, who they have in the top 25 as well.
Tennessee
and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. Well, it's brand awareness, which I totally get, and I always say that's what the main thing that happens with these preseason polls is brand awareness. But at the very least, Tennessee is 24th. Oklahoma is 18th based on what?
Yeah, maybe they should be lower.
Yeah.
But I don't have a problem with them being in the top 2. I just love the quarterback.
Yeah.
Listen,
And they did look good at the end of the year. I mean, they did beat Alabama.
Yeah, like they salvaged with
21.
Yeah, they salvaged the way people view them going into this year and salvaged last year.
I think people forget about that.
Yeah.
By 21.
Yeah, they smoked them.
When Alabama had a CFP on the line, a spot in the CFP.
Had everything to play for.
And we all know Venables is a defensive guy, and so I assume that's going to be decent, and then Mateer coming in is exactly what they need.
It's funny because I'm going to have to look a little bit more at their schedule because
they're going to be good, JoJo. I'm telling you right now, they are. They're going to surprise
people. Look, I know you love more average football in college than you do in the pros because Brett Venables is.
First off, that was an average football Saturday. That was
no. I'm not
same
even
old
talking about
funk.
that.
Okay,
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about Oklahoma.
We haven't seen average football in this city.
It's been
years.
It's been like 24 games since we've seen average football in this city.
Okay. I know what average is. All right, I'm the average Joe. I know all about it. But it's good, people. But the John Mateer experiment, I think it could be good. But it's almost like we're saying the transfer rule. Cam Ward.
That's what I'm doing. I'm like, well, there was another guy from Washington State who was really good. Why can't this guy?
Right. But
I knew all the big name colleges were in on this guy, though.
Yes.
They really wanted him.
It's not only that. It's not only that he's talented. It's also that position can lead to instant.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you've got a guy that's played a good amount of football, which Cam Ward did, which John Mateer has done, they can go to another team and it can pick it right up.
It's so funny, and I'm trying to remember who said this, and it was just one of the dudes that I try and pay attention to in the college world, but they just worked what Oklahoma didn't have for Jackson Arnold offensively last year. And so I just wonder, have they gotten guys in place through the transfer portal or recruiting that will give John Mateer a better chance to succeed? That's the one thing that I got a big question mark next to Oklahoma's name. What else jumped out at you, sirs, as far as this top 25? AP coming out. Let's see. The Big Ten won the last 2 national championships, 2 of the top 3 teams in the poll for the 3rd straight year, 6 in the top 25 for the 3rd year in a row.
Yeah, I'm looking at South Carolina. I mean, could that be a sleeper team in the SEC? Could you see them in the SEC championship? Or is it just too much good?
I don't think they can be a sleeper at this point.
Yeah, 13. 13. Yeah.
A sleeper to win a championship.
Okay, yeah.
a sleeper to win the SEC championship. Are they good enough? Is Lenore Sellers enough to take them to the promised land?
Yeah, they still have
great pass rush, right?
Yeah, they do have. They still have some good guys up front. They did lose a couple, but yeah.
But they do have the old South Carolina, like when everybody thinks they're going to be good.
It happens.
They are not good.
What about number 12, Illinois? I know they won their bowl game, but
the Bielema effect.
16 returning starters, third-year starter quarterback. I love the guys that have extended years starting quarterback. Like, third-year starting quarterback's a big deal.
Yeah, and he's a good player.
Yeah. And their offensive line is full of fifth-year seniors, graduate guys, juniors. Like, they're going to be able to control the line of scrimmage in that league.
Right. Do they have the Indiana schedule is the question?
No, they don't, but it's still a manageable schedule.
All right, so we'll keep it going with that. We'll get back to your Jags. Bashel Tutin, I talked with him after practice today, so we'll hear from him. Quarterback Whisperer about 15 minutes away. It's XL Primetime on a Mokama Beer Company Monday.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game-ready service right to your driveway.
What's happening?
Tommy Mack joins Lauren Brooks and Taylor Dahl for the new and improved Helmets and Heels.
So let me get this straight.
New attitude, new time.
What exactly is it I'm not supposed to know about?
Catch the new look Helmets and Heels afternoons 2 to 4 on 1010XL.
This is Mark Nato. My sons and I have seen the doctors and PAs at Southeast Ortho for everything from lumbar spine stress to elbow tendonitis. Southeast has always been there, been truthful, and always been on point. Everything they say happens. We can't thank them enough for what they've done and the great care that they have taken of our sons.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
For over 55 years, Green Acres Sporting Goods has proudly served Jacksonville from the corner of Normandy and Hammond Boulevard. From archery to hunting and fishing, they've got the gear, service, and know-how to get you outdoor ready. Stop by their full-service archery pro shop and check out their wide selection of firearms. And while you're there, sign up for their weekly concealed weapon classes. You can find it all at greenacressporting.com.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On August 11th, 1991, American hero John Daly wins his first major championship after winning the PGA Championship at Crooked Stick.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, call Sam, Harry, or Joe at AA Automotive on Richard Street. From oil changes to complex engine repairs, AA Automotive promises expert service and honest pricing from a local family biz. AA Automotive on Richard Street.
Duck Rooter. We've seen it all. Whatever's blocking your pipes, we'll get it flowing again. Call 904-862-6769 now to schedule your drain cleaning service. That's 904-862-6769 or online at duckrooter.com.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey, and I only like to recommend the best, which is why I'm proud to say that I chose Pella Windows and Doors for my own home. And now's a great time to upgrade your home with 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 years of interest-free payments on the best windows and doors in the business. Don't wait. Schedule a free consultation at PellaJacks.com or visit their showroom on Phillips Highway just north of Bay Meadows. For quality you can trust and savings you can't miss, that's Pella Windows and Doors.
Yo, this is Tony from Tony D's. Are you looking for a great slice of pizza? Well, we have about 12 varieties. Most places won't have slices of pizza after lunch. At Tony D's, you can get a slice all day. It's always fresh at Tony D's Pizza. Bay Meadows and 295.
I-9 Sports covers the First Coast with all kinds of sports for kids ages 3 to 17. Fall and winter registration is open right now, like girls volleyball at Duval Charter Bay Meadows, plus plenty of co-ed programs in the Tri-County area to keep your kids active. And being part of a team creates great camaraderie and commitment. Year-round sports all across the First Coast. St. John's, Duval, and Clay, sign up now for the fall and winter. It's all at i9sports.com. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. That's i9sports.com.
Let's get the work done.
Training camp is here.
Up, quick feet, quick feet, quick feet.
1010XL's training camp coverage is backed by Roland Reach Plumbing and Green Acres Sporting Goods.
Let's go, here we go, let's go. It's live now, let's go.
The Coke Zero Sugar 400 returns as the NASCAR Cup Series regular season finale. Answer this question for a chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to the Coke Zero Sugar 400 August 23rd. Who won last year's Coke Zero Sugar 400? Text the driver's last name only to 641-1010. Who won last year's Coke Zero Sugar 400? Text the driver's last name only to 641-1010 for your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to the Coke Zero Sugar 400.
David here with Royal Pest Services. It's back. Our summer Centricon Termite Special. New installs begin as low as $249. And if you have existing Centricon, but your renewal is through the roof, we can transfer you to Royal at no cost. Visit RoyalPestServices.com to schedule a free estimate.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Mondays on XL Primetime, brought to you by Mokama. Check out their great craft in the tap room in Fernandina Beach.
Look for them right there in the heart of Fernandina, just as you're entering the historic area. South 8th Street, beautiful tap room, old 50s car dealership, and you just got a great hangout place. They have music weekly. You certainly can look forward to a lot of events there. Great menu. You can hang out outside. They bring in the market every once in a while there. With Fernandina Beach, it's always got something cooking. And then Wildlight location as well. And then on the shelves at Total, ABC, Publix, and soon into Target. All right, so Big Search, we were just talking about this. We need to get back to the AP Top 25. But you were in Vegas.
Yeah, I had an eventful weekend. All right.
Cigar event.
Yeah, so I was in Vegas. And then after I did Vegas, I went to Iowa.
Des Moines.
Big Surf in Iowa.
Iowa, bro. I stayed at the Best Western Plus, by the way.
I know you stuck out.
Of course I did. And the fans.
He's taller than a dang row of corn. Hang on now. There is such a thing as Best Western Plus.
I think the plus
That's
was
the Four Seasons of Des Moines.
I think the plus was that they had the,
Come on, bro.
They had the indoor.
Like Shad was bouncing back and forth between building a Four Seasons or a Best Western.
Plus, absolutely. Okay. The plus was they had a jacuzzi and pool inside the hotel.
Nice.
Probably because it's so freaking cold.
Of course it was. Yeah. So we did a cigar event at in Iowa, and we did well.
You sold some sticks.
Sold some sticks. Yeah. And then the Iowa State fans came to the event personally because they knew it was a Miami Hurricane to berate me on the loss to the Iowa State Cyclones.
Nice.
So
in a fake bowl game where we sat our
No, it wasn't a fake bowl game. It was
I mean, I guess you have to celebrate those things when you've won literally nothing in the history of your football program. So.
Well, the last time you guys played, they won.
That's true. I'll give you that.
and then I flew. My connected flight was Atlanta, back to Duval, and Ryan Clark was on the plane.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so that means he's
in Duval.
Yeah, so he's probably coming in to get with Freddie and Channing to do the pivot.
Probably do the pivot.
Here.
Yeah.
Long story short, Leon's on the next episode.
Yeah.
Of the pivot.
I doubt it, but I would love to go on it.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, it would be good.
Yeah,
I think that's good. That's nice, man. Well, that was a nice trip then.
Yeah, it was a great trip.
Yeah.
So Des Moines, like, what kind of city are we?
Des Moines nice.
Des Moines nice, bro.
Really nice.
It's real nice. Yeah.
Well, Iowa gets way too much grief.
It's the
here because of a former.
It's the Tampa of the
Iowa's actually a nice place.
Great West.
Yeah, and I didn't know this when I came in that weekend was the weekend of the state fair in Iowa,
which is like legendary in the state of Iowa.
Apparently, yeah.
You have to.
I don't know why you're laughing, JJ.
Because Iowa's lame. Stop.
It's not lame.
And
It's gotta be.
Hey,
You've never been there. It's not
but
lame.
it's gotta be.
Yeah, when it comes to fried Snickers,
Oreos, deep fried Oreos.
And I know this because the front desk lady at Best Western, she told me that we got a packed house. And
Nice.
I'm glad that I already had reservations.
So people come from out of town for the fair.
They come from out of town.
And you're trying to tell me that Iowa's not lame.
Bro, are you serious?
Dead serious.
Well, I'm gonna I can tell you some of the headliners. They said the lady at the front desk told me that Def Leppard has been at the Iowa State Fair to perform,
course.
and Motley Crue.
Probably
That
not,
makes them a
not
little
in their
cool.
prime.
It's
but
the
That makes them a
Iowa
little cool.
State Fair, JJ. They come from everywhere in the state.
Oh, I see.
Yes, they come from everywhere in the state.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like the Waterloo Fair. It's the Iowa State Fair.
it rivals the Greater Jacksonville Agricultural.
Oh, come on, man. Yes.
Okay, because honestly, at some point, Motley Crue looked at Def Leppard and said, "The hell are we doing? we're playing the Iowa State Fair. What happened?
That had to have been a very recent show.
You guys are brutal.
What
seriously.
happened?"
Yeah. I thought they gave them cool points. I mean, Motley Crue and Def Leppard.
Oh my
comes to
gosh,
this-
they love it. Yeah,
Yes, thank you, JJ.
yeah. I was loving it.
Oh, look,
I was
Can't
like,
go wrong with that.
I was like, we've arrived. Like 40 years later, we've arrived.
Don't think they don't rock out in Iowa.
Iowa
okay?
State Fair. Welcome,
By the way,
Def Leppard.
Thank you, JJ. You can make a little corn mash too.
Oh my gosh, yes. That's what I asked. I said, "Look," I said, "Leon, did they buy some sticks?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "So they smoke more than corn because they'll mash that stuff up and figure out."
Let me tell you something. You've never partied till you party
They
with
had
some
a lighter
Iowans
sip
with
it.
some corn mash. Okay?
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
All right. We meant to get to a little leftover from the AP Top 25, and 10 of the top 25 in the preseason poll are from the Southeastern Conference. So we'll get back into that. But I'm also looking at the most draft-worthy rosters right now, at least according to some of the people who are already projecting where players will go in the draft. Penn State regarded as one of the teams that could have as many as a baker's dozen drafted. The same thing for Clemson, that they look at them as maybe having 10, 12 players that could go in the draft. And you know who the next highest is, which is I'm kind of a little surprised by? Oregon. And I thought Oregon might have been gutted just a little bit over the last couple of years, but they're projected to have 4 first-rounders off of that Oregon squad. Interesting.
Dan Lanning's a recruiter, boy.
Oh, Dan Lanning, I love it.
And they're developing
If
players
things go
there.
wrong with Billy, you know who I'm going after.
He's not leaving.
Dan the Man Lanning.
No way.
You don't think he'll go?
No, I don't think he's leaving.
All right, I don't want to fire Billy just yet. All right, so let's get into the 1 o'clock hour. Let's say hello to our quarterback whisperer, Denny Thompson. Talk about Trevor's work Saturday night. Let's get into some of these storylines with these quarterbacks as we get ready for a huge kickoff to the college football season. Coming up, we'll do that with our man on a Mocama Beer Company Monday. Coming up.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford. 1010XL takes you inside the program director's office with Dan and Jeff.
Okay, hot shot. This was an act of desperation.
The Drill.
I hope I haven't insulted you.
Mornings.
Maybe it's time to grow up a little.
On 1010XL.
Are you ready to reclaim your backyard? Serving Northeast Florida since 1977, Surfside Pools is the trusted name for expert pool design. Family owned and operated, they offer pool service, equipment repairs, commercial maintenance, remodels, and new pool construction. Let Surfside Pools transform your backyard into the oasis that you crave. Are you ready to float happy? Visit surfsidepools.net or call 246-2666. Surfside Pools and Spas, where luxury meets leisure.
License number CPC 044080. Finding the right plumber to reline your cast iron pipes doesn't have to be a stressful experience. When you hire Superior Plumbing and Pipelining, you can rest assured you're getting the best in the industry. At Superior Plumbing and Pipelining, we're so confident in our work that we encourage you to get multiple estimates. Look at each company's reviews and check the scope of their pipelining work to make sure it's what you're expecting. But at the end of the day, make the superior choice. Superior Plumbing and Pipelining. Request a free estimate at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
Friends, we have a very special guest on the line.
The Checkmate Coatings phone line is where the action happens.
Where's the phone? Over there.
Get expert interviews and listener opinions all day, every day, from The Drill all the way to Hacker After Dark on 1010XL.
Homeowners, storms don't wait, so why should you? Protect your home and your wallet with Universal Roof and Contracting. Save up to 20% on roof replacements and repairs now through August 31st. Financing's available with payments as low as $115. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting, protecting your home, building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
UniversalRoof.com. As a law enforcement officer, safe roads are one of my top priorities, ensuring everyone can get home safely each day. Some never will, due to aggressive driving, being distracted, or speeding on the roads. And too often, that results in the toughest part of my job, and the longest walk in my life. I'm so sorry. I have some very sad news to share with you.
9 people will be killed on our Florida roadways today. Don't let it be you or a person you love. Buckle up every trip, every time. Let's get everyone home safely. A message from Florida Department of Transportation, Target Zero. For more information, visit targetzerofl.com.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Baloo here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Here you can see.
If you're tired of weekend projects turning into weekend disasters, you're not alone. Building a fence isn't as easy as it looks. And let's face it, your neighbor still hasn't fixed his lopsided masterpiece. But Superior Fence and Rail makes it easy. Highly trained professionals, top quality materials, and a fence you'll love for years to come. Skip the stress and call the pros today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Don't just stand there. Everything you need to turn $1 into an epic win is in your hand. Hard Rock Bet. Bet it, parlay it, boost it. However you want to do it. From wherever you are to the moon. Bet anytime a line, prop, or parlay catches your eye. And withdraw cash when you want it. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. New players bet $5 and get $150 instantly in bonus bets. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
This is Hayes Carlyon for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. The online banking services are outstanding. So easy to use. Depositing checks through the mobile app is fast and efficient. I also go to the branch off 210 in St. Johns County and the Durbin location, but they have 10 branches in the Jacksonville area. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. The USA Today has released their official 2025 NFL record projections. The Jaguars will have an 8-9 record as predicted by USA Today, finishing second in the AFC South. Right now, 90 degrees at 1 o'clock, time in 10, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the quarterback whisperer, Denny Thompson.
Okay, bring it in.
Brought to you by Tyson Sound and Security, security and automation experts, and George Moore Chevrolet.
1, 2, 3.
1 o'clock hour is here. We always like saying hello to the quarterback whisperer, Denny Thompson, in the house on XL Primetime. Joe C., Matty Hayes. Check out his stuff at USA Today Sports. Big Search, the Hurricane Hall of Famer, and JJ. Denny, you ready to crank? You ready to cook?
Man. Let's go.
Yeah?
Yeah. I enjoyed listening to RJ read the disclaimer.
Yeah.
Or whatever that was he just did.
Listen, he's a track meet announcer now. He's definitely on fire.
By the way, JoJo, last year, 1.2 million in attendance at the Iowa State Fair.
1.2 million?
1.2 million.
Okay, hang on, real quick.
It's like
Denny.
11 days.
Yeah, is that what it is?
10 days.
11?
Wait,
10?
Wait.
So your average 110,000?
120,000.
There's no way. That number's probably like 400,000 because the same people just go
every
No, it's not.
day.
You guys don't. I mean, come
Listen,
on.
hey, I agree with Denny.
You don't fly there to
There's
just
certainly
go for a
multiple
day.
people. There's certainly multiple.
They got
people.
11 days in Iowa with some excitement. Those families are hitting that bad boy
Man, y'all
9 of those 11 days.
You know, the people in Iowa think the same thing about the people in Jacksonville.
That's fine,
right?
That's fine. We get talked about like this, so we can talk about it.
Like I said, if they're going to say it about us, we're going to say it about them.
Right.
Okay? But because I guarantee you, there are families that took a week vacation and said, by God, we are going to Des Moines.
We're going to the Best Western Plus.
We are going
And
to have ourselves a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, I went downtown and had some soul food.
Yeah.
And it was outstanding.
Soul food?
Yes, the bourbon glazed meatloaf off the chain.
Bro, are you being paid by the Chamber of Commerce? Did you sign a deal?
I'm just telling you.
Cersei.
I went down there and I went to the soul food spot in downtown Des Moines.
You're listening to a guy who literally is 180 degrees from Iowa, and he's telling you it's great, and you guys still refuse.
First of all, you got to say the name right, Leon.
Yeah, Des Moines.
Des Moines.
There's no S.
Yeah,
Des Moines.
I'm not.
Des Moines.
Des Moines.
Des Moines.
It's just Des Moines.
It's not an
It's
S
Des
on
Moines. No,
it's not an S on
there is an S on the end, but it's just Des Moines.
Why is wait a minute? I don't understand.
Just like Illinois,
I don't
same
understand
thing.
silent letters. Why is it there if you don't pronounce it?
I agree.
If you're going to go Ron Zook on us, Illinois.
Right, Illinois, that's right.
Illinois. All right. So anyway, that aside, if you have ever been to the Iowa State Fair, you got to hit the text line. Designed by Lifetime Enclosure 641-1010 because.
And how is it silent if it doesn't speak?
Yeah, I don't listen.
I don't know, bro. That's just where it is.
I'm just trying to figure things out.
There's so many of them. Like that I can go down the line and it's like, why did you even put that letter in there? It's
Well, not only that. Why do you say resume and resume differently when it's the same? It's spelled exactly the same because it's the American language.
Yeah,
I guess. Not even the English language. The King's English is different. It's the American language.
We do quickly before we move on to quarterbacks.
or tier. Yeah,
Right,
go ahead.
it's all
There
over
is
the place.
someone slandering Iowa. He says there's a good-looking woman behind every tree in Iowa. The problem is there's no trees.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And,
All right.
and that's a lie because when I came
love
out the restaurant, there was a young lady who opened the door for me.
Yeah.
And I walked down and I said, thank you.
So you remember
That's right.
one good-looking woman the whole trip.
I will not stand for this Iowa slander. I just won't.
But at the very least, Leon is killing rumors that have been out there for a long time.
We'll have to have Brock Purdy on.
Festival.
To defend
Right,
Iowa.
he'll say the same thing. I'm sure.
And
he
Iowa.
will. Yeah.
So that'll bring us back to the beginning of his visit in Des Moines. What happened, Leon? They came to the cigar event just to give you what?
Oh, to give me business. There was a lot of Iowa State fans that knew that I was coming to the hosting the cigar event.
Right.
And they came and they talked about the Part-Tart Bowl, how they beat us and everything.
Really?
That was their joy. To come in there, Miami, because on the flyer is Leon Cersei, Miami Hall of Fame.
Suck it, Cersei. That's
and
what they were
came in there
yelling.
with their proud Cyclone shirts.
Eating Pop-Tarts right in
gave
front
me
of your
the
face.
business.
Did they bring like a Pop-Tarts box
No,
for you to sign?
that would have been
Brought the trophy.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into some quarterback talk with
awesome.
our quarterback whisperer, Denny Thompson, who's hanging out with us for a couple segs. Go to Saturday night. Look, we clobbered the defense earlier. You can't look that bad starting defensively. There's still a lot of things that can happen to maybe change the fortunes of that side of the ball, but that's a big old question mark. But on the offensive side of the ball, one of the things people were wondering about, footwork, quick passing game, all that type of stuff. What did you get out of Trevor's?
I thought all that looked great.
Yeah.
I didn't watch all 22.
Right.
I didn't pay real attention past probably middle of the second quarter.
Sure.
Right. But I thought Trevor looked great. I thought Trevor looked very decisive. I like how they're using him under center. The glance throw that he had that almost got Brian killed.
Yeah.
Yeah. That still the right read. Like you kind of anticipate that safety coming down on that play action a little bit harder.
Okay, so stay there real quick because we were talking about it earlier. We all agree Seven did get annihilated, almost got decapitated. But is there a second quicker that you can just kind of take us through that play?
Yeah, no, I don't. I think it paced out great. I think the safety made a good play.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I think too.
Yeah, I think he recovered from that play fake.
It was a great throw too.
Yeah.
Right on
The throw was on the. I mean, it was all on time. It's just sometimes they make good plays, and you don't want to lay the guy out, in a preseason game. But I also thought that the Jags stayed extremely basic.
Okay.
And again, from a 30,000-foot view, and if I'm wrong, I may be wrong.
Right.
Just with what little I watched, especially defensively, they rushed 4. I don't remember them blitzing the first 2 series. Their personnel, they just lined up against the personnel and played, base, whatever. I couldn't see the back half. There was no.
Yeah.
So when you get a guy like Mason Rudolph, who has been around for a while and knows the game, and you're basing everything up, he's going to know what to check to. And then, Leon, you can speak further to this, especially in the run game. He can check to angles that are just hard to win if you're a defensive guy, right? They're not stunting. They're not doing anything. They're not wrapping around. They're literally doing nothing but basing it up. Now, you would like for somebody to win an individual battle and make a play, but, I think Pittsburgh was probably in the exact play they wanted to be in every single time just because it looked like the Jags were just playing as base as you could.
And you know what? You're absolutely right when you're talking about it because you're not going to show your hand in the first preseason game. And that's the thing that's even more discouraging about this team is that man on man, wheel on wheel, we still found a way to lose that game.
That part, yeah, that's the part that I think if you're a Jags coach, I don't think you care too much about the score or anything but it's just the fact that at no point did somebody step up and make a huge play on defense.
Yeah, and Liam
against backups.
Yeah.
And Liam has preached just one-on-one battles.
Yep. So I would think, and when I say this, it's going to have a negative connotation. I don't mean it this way. I think when you're installing a defense, you look forward to somebody coming out with different formations, different personnel groups, different shifts, different motions than what you're seeing, and you want to make sure your guys can line up to that.
Okay.
Within the parameters of your defense.
Right.
Am I saying that right, Leon?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then from there, you start to build into blitz packages and stunts and all that kind of stuff, different disguising coverages and showing things and different packages. And it looks to me like that was their plan.
I understand that, and I know that they're running a first-year system, but at the end of the day, these are guys that have been in the league for a while. That nothing that other teams are showing them are going to surprise them.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my point was at some point you just got to go helmet on helmet.
Yeah, obviously you want to win those one-on-one battles, but we all know what the preseason is. It's a money grab. Those games should not be on TV. There should be nobody watching those games. It is just it's not even a practice. There's far more that gets accomplished in those practice sessions between the two teams than gets accomplished on that Thursday or Saturday night in preseason.
Okay, so just real quick, just stay there. Yeah. In practice, you do map out what you want to do.
Yes.
One-on-ones, 1 versus 2, and you are saying, okay, I'm going to throw this at my offense and see how they handle it.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I get all that, but at the end of the day, it's full go in that game. When you go work with a team, you're not going full go. It's thud.
No. When you're in these joint practices,
they're not going full go in joint practices. They weren't going. They weren't going last year against the Bucs full go. There's no way they were.
They will be as close to full go.
I have been at a couple joint practices that it's like, wow.
The Bucs last year, were they full go?
I mean, nothing's full go if you don't hit the quarterback.
That's a good point.
Yeah. But
well, that's kind of my point.
That's a good point.
Kind of my point is that at this, you can say what you want about preseason games, but it is full live.
True. But no one, like we said, the only thing I was asking Denny is that you go into a practice going, I want to run these.
Yes, I get that.
Defensive
of course,
calls.
Of course, I get all that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I agree with Denny in sort of say that everything is so vanilla on both sides of the ball, and if you can't, as far as the ones go against the twos, you would think in those matchups that your team would have the advantage.
Right.
You would think. But it was discouraging to see that we didn't.
Yeah.
And what
the second time, too.
Yeah.
The first time, you're like, all right, we were just doing vanilla stuff. Second series comes out, you're like, all right, let's buckle down a little bit.
They were still
same thing.
And what's discouraging to me, Denny, is that there's no one in those huddles taking it personal enough for me. Because because you got to say to yourself, bro, I know that's Mason Rudolph. At some point, you got to say that as the ones. That's not Aaron. At some particular point in those huddles, you got to say, bro, we need to stop these guys and get them off the field.
Yeah. No, I get it. I don't know, man. I think the thing you want to see right now is the 16 look sharp. He does.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like they've got a good combination of receivers. It looks like they spent a lot of time in the offseason. They all looked very on time and very in tune
I would agree with that.
Yep. And the offensive line in that scenario is a non-issue because the ball's coming out.
Fast.
Everything's good, right? The screen game looked good. ETN, I thought, looked quick, very decisive as well. All I'm saying is, like, the one thing I would take away negative from the defense is you got so much draft capital invested in that front four. 3 of those guys are one-on-one battles, right? Like, I mean,
nuts.
Somebody should win that. But outside of that, I just wouldn't put a whole lot of stock into any of this stuff.
Okay, so let's at least carry this over and then we'll get back to college. But what extra do they do this next go around on the offense? Think about that. We'll do it coming up. Mokama Beer Company Monday. It is XL Primetime, hanging out with the quarterback whisperer.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. Denny Thompson starts as the quarterback whisperer.
Everyone agrees that playing quarterback is the hardest thing to do in sports.
He shares his insights Friday mornings on The Drill. Tuned up by Tyson Sound and Security and George Moore Chevrolet on 1010XL.
Call 904-500-COOL. Ideal Conditions.
Veteran owned and operated with a mission to change your conditions. For AC installs, repairs, maintenance, or ductwork, Ideal Conditions has been trusted by Jacksonville since 2007. Call Ideal Conditions for a company who shows up on time and gets the job done right.
Call 904-500-COOL.
Honk if you see us. Call for service.
Ideal Conditions.
IdealConditionsJacks.com.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
I'm Max Fink, and I'll bring you the Gator Report several times weekly to keep you connected to Gainesville.
The Gator Report, put together by San Jose Collision on the home of the Florida Gators, 1010XL.
Go, Gators!
Joe C. for CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. And if your dream is to create that space where you're living large in your backyard, then you need to get with the good people at CSS. They put a gas log in our fireplace, an awesome fire pit out back where the kids can toast s'mores and we can just hang out and watch the game. It's all part of your outdoor living experience with CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
You dream it, we build it. CSS.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold's recently hit an all-time high at over $3,000 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar, or trade it in for a new piece and get even more at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Have you ever dreamed of owning a handcrafted cabin tucked into a 1,000-acre regenerative farm? Well, now you can. Frank Frangie here for the farm at Okefenokee. It's just an hour north of Jacksonville and Folkestone. At the farm, it's not just about living off-grid. It's about reconnecting with nature, with food, and with community. Exploring hiking trails, kayak through Blackwater creeks, or just watch the sunset over your olive trees. It's a way of life. You can learn more. Go to Okie Farm. That's okefarm.com for your new way of life.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental. With light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, 2 locations in Jacksonville.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. It's Mocama Monday on XL Primetime. Head to the tap room at Fernandina Beach every day that ends with Y and enjoy some Mocama.
Thanks to Mocama Beer Company. You can log on Mocama.com, see their success story. They're riding it out up there in beautiful Fernandina. And then, of course, as you just heard, you can pick it up anywhere. All right, so let's get into game 2 from a quarterback and a game planner point of view with our quarterback whisperer, Denny Thompson. You guys got any questions, you can hit the text line designed by Lifetime and closes at 641-1010. And again, I'm asking you more of a coaching question, Denny, but after you saw what Trevor did and what Liam would like to see happen in this offense, how much more do they bridge it up, you think, from game 1 to game 2?
Well, if you're asking my personal opinion, Trevor's done.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't play him the rest of the preseason.
At all?
At all. No.
Interesting.
No.
Interesting.
I'm done. Like I'm gonna hit practice hard. I'm gonna practice my guys hard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna push him in practice, and then we're gonna sit and watch these last 2 preseason games.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
yeah.
That's interesting because Leon was kind of
maybe let him call some plays, get into that offense a little bit more.
So you're gonna have him out for a full month?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. He's practicing every day.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what if Trevor says, "Coach, I want to play"?
Well, then you play.
Okay.
That's up to absolutely. Yeah. For sure. Like Joe Burrow, right? Like, I mean, he knows what he needs. He knows where he's at. He knows what he needs. I'm just saying, like, I mean, what else are you gonna do that's gonna outweigh any risk that you have, right? You're not gonna see some exotic defense. You're gonna see maybe layered up a little bit from what you saw the other day, maybe.
Right.
An occasional blitz, an occasional disguise coverage, something like that, some post-snap movement. He's seen that. He's seen all that.
I'll give you a little example of practice today. We come out of this game, like what we saw, at least for the most part, with the first team. And then he comes out today, and there's some plays to be made, okay? They're either going full team or they're going 7-on-7. And talk about the want-to and the urgency. Some of those throws, Trevor needs to be locked in on and better at. And I know he's going through his footwork and making some changes, but there's definitely a lot of plays that.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I think practice is the time for that.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot that goes into this too. I mean, you're going through camp, and your arm only has so many throws on it.
Very true.
So you're practicing 5 days. What are they probably 5 days plus a game this time of year, right? So
yeah, one down day maybe.
I mean, you're probably 80 to 150 throws a day, right? And then you get to game and you've got those, you've got your warm-up throws, you've got all that stuff just kind of accumulates and stacks up, and your most intense times probably and the best looks are in practice.
Yeah.
So, again, if he plays, I wouldn't play him much. I mean, I would play him and hope to maybe create some situations like, can we bust out a 2-minute offense in the middle of the first quarter? Fast paces. Little things like that.
Like, what did you need? Like, see the end zone type of thing when you were getting ready in training camp? Make sure you get in the end zone?
Yeah, I mean, you want to have good drives. And most of the time, good drives or long drives, the coordinators can dictate how much longer they want to play players, the starters or whatever. So that's what coordinators will tell us, hey, give me one good drive and you're done. More than likely for the starters.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Dan. I totally get it, but I just think there's something to being on a field in a game atmosphere against a team, especially against a team of guys that are trying to make a roster.
Yeah,
I just and I know you can get hurt. I get all of that. I just think there's something to that. I think you got to be out, even if it's just a series.
No, I agree. No. I mean, I there is something to it. It's just a long season.
Yeah, it is. And by the way, if he's throwing the ball 80 to 130 times a day, that's on the staff. They need to manage that.
And I don't know if he is. I'm just saying that's the normal. When you start going through how much these guys warm up, and then they throw 1-on-1s and they throw 7-on-7.
Right.
And, you got to get that work in, and then you throw team and all that. It stacks up fairly quickly.
Yeah, your arm starts to get tired. I totally get that.
And it's like you may not even feel it get tired. It may just go dead at some point.
Right.
And then you've got to sit down for 3 or 4 days. And a lot of times that don't happen. These guys are well-conditioned athletes. And it is, there's no value in the preseason to me anymore.
It's
absolutely not.
So you would just eliminate it completely.
Have one game. I'd have one game for the young guys, and put some stuff on film. But there was no value when you played, Leon, and there's less value now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to alter that, I would do more inter squad scrimmages.
Completely agree.
And I think that's the route they're going. I think that more than likely the preseason it's going to probably narrow. It's all about
joint practice is what you're saying.
Joint practice. Yeah. It's going to be a money grab because they've eliminated one. They're going to eliminate two, and then more than likely they're going to eliminate all of them when it's all said and done.
As long as they add another game to the back half.
18,
there you go.
Right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. They're going to replace the money that this preseason generates.
Now, I want to ask you a question as far as I tried my best to watch all the young quarterback play this over the preseason, and some were good and some were bad. Is it just a matter of these guys processing information faster compared to the guys who don't process as fast? I mean, is the mechanics process information, all that?
I think it's all of that. I think the attention to detail in the NFL is just it's so much higher than it is in college. In college you can really still play that matchup game of that guy over there is just going to win 80% of the time. That's hard to do in the NFL. Right. These DBs are really good. They recognize routes very quickly, and so if that route's if it's supposed to be at 11 and it's not 11, or if you're a little bit late on it, that's an incompletion. Whereas in college it wasn't, and so all of a sudden you see somebody with a 5 for whatever Quinn was stat line. And I think it's just like, oh, this is how we got to play this game, and it's probably a wake up moment. And if they still are doing that, next preseason, then it's an issue. But it definitely, man.
It's funny you said that because I was watching something maybe about 2 weeks ago. It was Devontae Smith, the player for the Philadelphia Eagles, and he said that what got him better from the rookie year to what it was, he said it was a veteran DB that he went up against every day in practice who knew what routes he was running. Based upon his tendencies in college.
Yep.
And he said he had to fix them.
Yep.
Because the DB had already knew when he was going to run a post, a slant, a goal, and all that kind of stuff, just by his stance and the way he.
Yeah.
So those kind of nuances, can help you out.
Huge deal. Yeah. Yep. Even if they know it in college, like a guy like Devontae Smith, they're not good enough to stop it anyway. So that guy's getting paid on the other side at this level too. I don't. The Chargers, at one point yesterday were like 1 for 8 with 1 yard throwing.
Yeah.
I mean, this it's not easy to complete passes, man, especially if you've never done it before in the NFL.
It's like we all try and figure out where can you find the speed? Where can you get bodies off of the line of scrimmage defensively?
Yeah.
And that I don't know how they're going to do that, but that better happen this year.
Yeah.
All right. So real quick before you go, you were looking up at some of the games, and the Labor Day weekend, AP Top 25 just came out today, and you've got just so many flipping good games. Tiger on Tiger crime, Clemson versus LSU. Those are two top 10 teams. We got, JJ, 3 top 10 matchups with the AP poll in the first weekend, Notre Dame and Miami, and then Ohio State and Texas. But just look at it, man. You're still going to have North Carolina playing TCU. You're going to have Virginia Tech playing South Carolina. You're going to have Syracuse and Tennessee. Alabama, FSU, bro, it is
stacked. Clemson's interesting to me. Maybe I'm just unplugged on this because we don't have anybody at Clemson, but all of a sudden they were just like the best team in America.
Dude, they are loaded defensively.
And all of a sudden, Cade Klubnik's like the number 1 pick. And all of a sudden, all this just, they were the team to beat. And it didn't seem like that was the situation last year.
I do think it's kind of interesting that they
almost, I mean, not even almost. They backdoored their way into that championship game.
Yeah.
And then won it.
And then won it. But don't crown Cade until you know.
Yes, to Denny's point, yes.
You're correct there.
Once K plays in a big game and plays well, then I'll be like, okay, good.
Because I was right there when they played Georgia last year, and that didn't even look fair.
Not only that, the South Carolina game last year at home.
Yeah.
He looked terrible.
So I think my point is there's a ton of pressure on that team right now.
Just for what it's worth, Peter Woods, TJ Parker, those guys on that side of the ball,
very good.
Really, really good. And take it for what it's worth. This is just one of the, like ESPN or whatever, predicted first rounders in 2026, 4. Predicted total draft picks in 2026, 12. And so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But that's what they're saying right now.
Terrell, and the 2 defensive linemen. That's 4 first rounders.
A dozen? So that's and a dozen total if the nose tackle, Capehart, is a massive human being. Woods will play inside instead of outside. There's a lot of.
I'm admitting I haven't watched much Clemson football. I just found it interesting that like all of a sudden,
like
but these guys.
Forget this, Denny. It's them against the other ACC foes.
That's true.
Yeah. They don't have to play that SEC schedule every week.
I mean, look.
After
Also don't
Georgia,
play Miami. Miami doesn't play Clemson.
Yeah, after
anyway.
Georgia, look at their schedule. This is last year. You ready for this? App State, NC State, Stanford, FSU, Wake, Virginia, Louisville, Virginia Tech, Pitt, Citadel, South Carolina.
Yeah. That's 2 state schools they're playing right there, buddy. Citadel and South Carolina.
I mean, to Denny's point, I could see that. Why all the love for Clemson? I could see that.
All right,
it's a big game. This is my point. Like that game to me is, if you're looking at the team that has the most amount of pressure that opening weekend, I think it's Clemson.
Yeah. Well,
both of those teams.
Both of those teams.
Yeah.
Because Brian Kelly is facing a massive
Nussmeier's also hurt.
Yeah. They don't know exactly.
Patellar tendonitis.
Yeah. It is tendonitis.
Yes.
They don't know how extensive or how long it'll be. But
it's a previous injury.
Yeah.
So he's basically been dealing with it.
Yeah, and then the pressure for Brian Kelly to finally get off the schneid.
He's enormous,
for the openers. All right, real quick. We just got to wrap up with the Greater Jacksonville Agricultural Fair versus Iowa State, okay? One of our texters did I'm talking a drill down, okay?
All right.
He came up with everything as far as comparison. Bottom line is we're 100 years behind Iowa. I didn't realize this. Iowa State Fair, established in 1854. One of the oldest state fairs in these United States. A grand showcase of their agricultural and cultural existence. Iconic displays like the butter cow, an enduring tradition since 1911. Meanwhile, Greater Jacksonville Agricultural Fair, founded in 1955. We need to catch up. But it does emphasize agricultural education, community engagement. It's run by a nonprofit.
So we got that going for us.
Yeah.
Which
and
is nice.
Directly supports civic and charitable causes.
Leon, have you been to the Jacksonville Fair?
We're going, buddy.
I haven't, but
You have
We're
not.
doing a live remote.
I was just going to ask you to compare.
Better believe it.
Yeah.
Well,
my feeling is they're much different.
Look, all I know is Joe said huge butter cow, and the rest of Jacksonville was blah, 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 blah. It was like the Charlie Brown teacher.
What's a butter cow?
I do want to go
I don't know, but it sounds good. I can tell you that.
It's
Where do you think
legendary.
butter comes from?
Yeah. It's an enduring tradition since 1911. And then the other thing is that it's famous for its food on a stick. What fair isn't?
Yeah.
Okay. Inventive dishes and quirky treats like butter on a stick. Recent highlights include, I don't know how they did this.
Did you say butter on a stick?
Yeah, butter on a stick.
It's a donut. They fry the butter, and it basically is a donut.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm looking at the butter cow. It's exactly what I thought it was.
Yeah.
It's a cow made of butter.
And don't go up there licking it or anything like that.
It's behind glass.
Yeah.
No wonder Leon loved it.
Here's the other one. I don't know how Iowa's pulling this off, but recent highlights include a $100 lobster roll with caviar and gold.
Nice.
How is Iowa getting their hands on a reef chicken?
I don't know. I can tell you right now, Leon was at least 10,000 calories deep.
No, I didn't go to the fair.
Oh, okay.
I didn't go to the fair. I was just in Iowa.
You wish you would have now.
Yeah.
Kind of.
All right, Denny. Thanks, buddy.
All right, guys.
All right. At
See you
Denny
at the fair.
_ Thompson. It is XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by big #1 Duval Ford, the #1 place to buy your next vehicle.
Mike Dempsey for Apex Roofing and Contracting of Jacksonville Beach. If your roof's got any damage, if it leaks, if it's just old and ugly, call my friends at Apex Roofing. But Mike, roofs are so expensive. It's true, quality roofing is not cheap, but Apex Roofing has up to 100% financing available, so you don't have to compromise quality for budget. Apex Roofing, no shortcuts, no stress, just quality work with financing available. Reach for the peak with Apex Roofing and Contracting in Jacksonville Beach. ApexRoofingFL.com.
Life is just so busy this time of year. Between work, the kids' games, family vacations, I need a yard hero to free up my weekends.
You mean somebody who does mowing and trimming?
Yeah.
How about mosquito control?
Yeah.
What about irrigation and pet waste removal?
You do that too? You're my lawn hero.
Find your lawn hero at heroeslawncare.com. Heroes Lawn Care, because every lawn needs a hero.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites.
Lauren Brooks here from Helmets and Heels. Circa Resort and Casino has 2 epic pro football contests, Circa Million and Circa Survivor. Circa Million, pick 5 games weekly against the spread for $1 million grand prize. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week, no spread. Last one standing wins $15 million. Enter at any Circa in Nevada, play anywhere. Sign up for either and get 50% off a 2-night stay. Helmets and Heels will be live from Circa in Vegas on August 22nd. Full contest details at circasports.com and the 1010XL homepage.
As a contractor, finding reliable subcontractors is key to project success. Prosser here. Guys, that's where Lloyd's Heating and Air shines. Not just your mechanical HVAC experts, but your partner, understanding every facet of construction to keep your project on track. Lloyd's will spot issues early before they cause delays. If you're a contractor with a need for reliability, visit LloydsHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Joint replacement surgery is always a tough decision, but relief from chronic pain may be just around the corner. Dr. George Barry here, and there's a lot to consider to make sure you get the proper diagnosis and best path back to the range of motion and mobility you had. Age, lifestyle, and overall health all play a part. Let the team at Barry Orthopedics give you a full analysis to help you make the best decision. Log on to BarryOrthopedics.com or call the office to make an appointment. With offices across Jacksonville and ready to help you feel good again, we'll get you back on the road to recovery at Barry Orthopedics.
Joe C. for Preferred Roofing, reminding you your roof is more than just felt and shingles. It's a system that not only keeps your home dry, but also impacts your heating and cooling bills. Preferred Roofing and Construction is a GAF Master Elite Roofing Contractor, lauded for having the ability to educate and inform homeowners on their options. Why GAF and Preferred Roofing? They're veteran-owned and operated with ties to Duval for decades. A family business ready to make sure your family has a good roof over its head. Log on, preferredroofingjax.com.
Jaguars football is officially back. Be there as #2 overall draft pick Travis Hunter, quarterback Trevor Lawrence, and new head coach Liam Cohen take the field for the first time during the 2025 NFL regular season. Secure your seats for when the Jaguars take on the Panthers September 7th by going to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you at the bank.
10XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Mondays on XL Primetime, brought to you by Mokama. Check out their great craft in the tap room in Fernandina Beach.
Well, we've been batting it around. We may all pack it up and XLP it to Des Moines, Iowa.
I bet Robert Plant's played the Iowa State Fair.
When this is, he might.
No way Led Zeppelin is
No, not Led Zeppelin. Robert Plant.
Okay.
Like with his solo
stuff, yeah.
So,
I'm in the mood for a melody.
High
That kind
Tide,
of stuff,
High Tide on the South Side jumped in on the Iowa State Fair. He said when Def Leppard played the Iowa State Fair, the people who showed up drowned them out with demands for John Mellencamp.
True.
Then they left.
Probably true.
Started sucking on a chili dog outside of Tasty Freeze. So yeah, that's and what a great line, because I immediately identified with John Cougar.
And life goes on too, Joe.
Yeah. Let's be
Long
real.
after the thrill.
With John Cougar.
Yeah.
That's who he was before he went back to his original. But we had a Tasty Freeze in the AUG, and so
Did you?
Oh my gosh, it was the best.
Really?
Yeah. So when I first grew up, and
did it have like the swirl on the top of the building?
Yes,
Nice.
right there at the corner of 16 and US 1. Any AUG,
that's nice.
A dog from the AUG can probably remember this way back. But my dad was the general manager at Auto Electric.
Okay.
Okay, and it was just a couple of blocks down from the Tasty Freeze, and there was a Cadillac dealership right there, and all that stuff right there. US 1 as you're heading out north, and so we would bicycle up and get just the tastiest Fraser burgers or whatever they had.
Did they have like the you get the soft serve obviously, but like the fudge where you dipped it and it came out like a candle.
Yeah.
Like a hard hard shell?
No,
Yeah.
it was just, and it was a tiny little building, at least as far as I remember it, but it had that drive-through feel to it.
Yeah.
You had Russell's, which was also a drive-through barbecue joint right there on San Marco. Good stuff.
Why did you leave?
Yeah, good. But they left. They left, unfortunately. I can't believe it. All right, so we need to get back to the Jags. Listen to Bashel Tutin. He's a guy that has a chance to win some playing time, and based on what you saw Saturday night, this guy, once he got inside the 10-yard line, had nothing but determination of a bull to get in the end zone. XL Primetime out at training camp, talking with Bashel Tutin. Get your bit of first preseason action, and you get in the end zone. How did that feel Saturday night?
It felt amazing, and the way I got in is definitely one to remember. The team behind me pushing me in. Just a tough run. So, first game, like you said, getting my first touchdown in the first game, it was just amazing.
Yeah, you're already a 4-3 guy. You're cat quick, low to the ground, keep your feet moving. What about that one play kind of describes basically your running style?
That's me all the time. I think with the ball in my hands, with the ball without my hands, well, not in my hands, I'm just, a guy that can, give his all and, stick it out and grind. And like on that play, like you said, I showed, the fight that I have inside. And I'm just willing to come out here and exhibit that.
We're talking with Bashel Tutin, former Virginia Tech running back. And when you think about the way the first team, second team unfolded as far as going down, couple field goals, kind of graded the entire offense.
I think we had some pretty good plays, some pretty low plays. Definitely things we need to clean up as a whole. But that's why we're coming out here each and every day, having the meetings to correct the mistakes that we made to be the better team we can be.
And when you work with both of those, first and second team, that really is kind of not a pat on the back, but basically a signal that you're learning quickly how to pass protect, how to run the football, how to pick up all your calls.
Yeah, that's definitely what it means. You just got to keep coming in here grinding. Like you said, with the ones and the twos, the coaches trust you a pretty good deal to run both groups. So you need to come in here and be prepared and go out there and play fast and physical.
Give us an idea of the running back room, how you guys get along, and obviously the ball's going to be shared in Liam Cohen's offense with Tank, with Etienne, and with LeQuint.
Yeah, I think we all have positive minds. We all try to help each other out. We all working at the same time. So we know what it means. We try to just, push each other to be better. That's the kind of room we have to motivate each other and try to learn from each other. So I think the culture in the room is pretty good with Coach. So it's going up.
We're talking with Bashel Tutin. Got to ask you about Virginia Tech before we're done. But when Liam Cohen and the offensive staff got together after this game, what were some of the things that they said, hey, we got to do this, and this going forward?
We got to eliminate the penalties was the number one thing. And then we got to get a line and get set faster. That's the basics that we've been preaching. We all know that. And we had a couple periods today that was dedicated to, accomplishing those mistakes that we had.
Yeah, and it does look like just last year, because I know you weren't here, but last year to this year, this is a more running heavy and running back involved offense.
I heard the same thing. I wasn't here last year, so I don't know too much about the whole offense. But coming in, we are a huge run-heavy team, play-action pass team. Coach Cohen has a great, game plan for us, great scheme. So, we're coming out here and just trying to execute that.
We talked to Coach Brent Pry of Virginia Tech at the ACC kickoff, and he loved what you were able to do for him. He said he's going to miss the heck out of you, but he also felt like you got a chance to contribute immediately. What about your head coach in college?
He's amazing, great guy. He's one of a kind. He genuinely cares, but he knows what he knows. And, like he said, I have a great chance to, come out here and contribute pretty early. So I just got to keep working. I had a great time, great 2 years at Tech. I loved it there. I wish I can, visit much more, but the staff there is amazing. They're doing great this year, and I hope big things for them.
Bashel Tutin, we appreciate your time. He definitely looks like he can fit in here, and he did laugh just a little bit when I asked him. I said, this team didn't run football very effectively last year. One of the reasons why he's here.
Yeah, that's what you want from your young player. You that play, that run, that grind, that grit, that get after it, that will. That's what you want. Yeah. Especially from a young rookie. Because when he got hit, high needed all the way through. Yeah. Now he got pushed in or whatever, but that's all you could ask for from a young guy, a rookie coming in. Is just give your all.
Yeah, he high needed the first 5 yards.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
he got after it.
Met would-be tacklers with force and kept moving. Coach Ingram, who we'll probably have on Wednesday, Gerald Ingram, who you used to coach running backs here, Coach Freddie T and MJD and all that, and but Freddie, not MJD, but anyway, he said that he immediately notices that Tutin does not leave his feet. He stays moving and stays active with his feet, driving and churning, which is a good positive for him. So we'll see where it goes. Back to the Trevor talk real quick. One of our texters, text line wide open to you, 641-1010, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. I'd keep putting Trevor in for the first drive of the game. Struggled to start games and needs situational work there. It's a good point. We need to see this team start fast, period.
Yeah, I would play Trevor too. Trevor, in my opinion, I know what Denny said about, sitting him downward, but Trevor hasn't done anything to warrant any days off or any games off, even preseason. So he's got to play. He's got to be in the situation in practice. It's simulated. All right, he doesn't get hit. He doesn't get people up in his chest or by his body or that kind of stuff. He needs to see that and see how he reacts to it and how he throws the ball.
Yeah, just because of how he's played, I think after 2022, we were all like, "Why is he playing? Don't even play. You know what you got." Because you thought you did know what you have with him then, right? And now he is what he is right now. So I just think there's only so many opportunities to go out there in front of fans when the other guy on the other side of the ball is desperate to make a team, and you got to make plays. I think there's value in that. I understand what Denny's saying. I just think there's value in a series or two of him going out there and seeing different looks and seeing how he responds to them instead of knowing that, well, this is my teammate in a controlled practice situation. I'm not going to get hit. There's no pressure on me, right? At least here it's live. Everything's live, and you could get hit.
Yeah, I just want to see what that line can do in those live situations. All right, before we are done, Wisconsin State Fair and Minnesota. Minnesota.
These guys are blowing up the text line about State Fairs. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm telling you, some of the menu items at Minnesota State Fair, unbelievable. It's coming up on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple years ago. Went smooth as silk. Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. Was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Chelsea here from Renewal by Anderson. You've seen and heard our ads where I talk about Renewal by Anderson's exclusive Fiberx material, twice as strong as vinyl, incredibly energy efficient, and custom built to fit your home perfectly. But if you haven't reached out yet, August only, Renewal by Anderson is offering triple savings. $300 off every window, $825 off every patio door, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Schedule your free consultation today at bestwindowsflorida.com. License number CGC 1527613.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins. Fighting for your rights since 1975.
AC's broke, it ain't no joke. Call Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. FloridaHomeAC.com.
Living on Amelia Island, having fun in Fernandina Beach? No matter what brings you to the fun, cozy town, make sure you check out the tap room at Mocama Beer Company. With a full flight of craft creations, from the Cosmico IPA to the Motor, the perfect Pilsners and Lagers, matching memories and some Mocama magic is what it's all about. Mocama Beer Company in Fernandina Beach, near the big water where the sun is born. And look for more Mocama craft at your local Total Wine or ABC Liquors.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. WM is the largest sustainability company in North America. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Your services will be completed in a timely, safe, and eco-friendly manner. Go to WM.com/Duval. That's WM.com/Duval and get signed up today. If anyone can talk trash, it's the Mangler.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just the job, but an experienced, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
You'll always feel good when you send someone a Kuhn Flowers floral or plant arrangement. This is JJ with 1010XL, and no matter what the reason, Kuhn Flowers has always come through for me. Order online at KuhnFlowers.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
All right, my takeaway is that my disappointment with the defense is still here because of the fact that everything was vanilla, everything was man on man. You went up against the backups and you didn't succeed in any part, and the conversations weren't being held in I don't know. I'm listen. These are all. I'm alleging. I'm speculating.
Yeah.
But I just know that at some particular point in that huddle, you got to say, listen, that's a backup. That's a backup quarterback. That's a backup line. That's a backup. And somehow you got to impose your will on it. And it's just unfortunate that our defense had that opportunity and they didn't take advantage of it. So that's my take.
That's the classic where they go, we finally get to hit somebody else.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And you thought you have a little bit more fire. Yes.
And you're hitting somebody else. My takeaway is, unfortunately, what happened on defense kind of overshadowed. I think Trevor Lawrence looked really, really good. Looked really comfortable. I thought it was very fluid. The first flipping play of the series didn't set him off kilter, you know? So that, unfortunately for me, was overshadowed by that defense, which just looked putrid. So hopefully they can turn it around in week 2 against the powerhouse New Orleans Saints, Joe.
Yeah. It's funny because we'll probably go around the league and take a look at some of the performances from other teams, quarterbacks most specifically, but seeing J.J. McCarthy out there, seeing Cam Ward out there, seeing a handful of these guys, New Orleans has got a battle to see what they can do.
Shador.
Yeah.
It was Friday night. It seems like 1,000 years from now, but that was a huge, Twitter was blowing up for a good hour or so on Friday.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. That's for sure. And Shook, my man. So we'll get into him too. But if you go back and you think of, like you said, flags right out of the gate, and then ultimately seeing what the short passing game, this is one I am just going to really zero in on. This team hardly could gain any good yards on first down as a rule. It didn't feel like it, right? And I'm sure there were examples where they did. But it just didn't feel like you had too many times where you were less than 2nd and 7. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm seeing plays that are going to be good with a passing game. Trevor throwing it to the boundary. Guy can't pick it off. The only guy that can get a hold of it is the receiver. Those types of plays that will give you 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5, just medium yardage because you had a profit on that first down. Could be run play, could be. Yeah. Those are the things I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the defense played so poorly. It did overshadow the fact that Trevor played well with a short game offense, whatever. But my only concern is that short game had a lot to do with corners playing off. What's going to happen when they get in the press?
Yeah.
When they get in the press coverage, because at some particular point, they're going to try to take away that short game.
Sure.
And they're going to press. So that offensive line, knowing that, it's got to know that you've got to be a lot more. Now, the offensive line didn't give up any sacks.
Right.
All right. But there was a lot of moments where they were beat inside or beat here, beat there, that the short game protected them from.
Right. Here's another one. Trevor stepped up in the pocket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay? That jumped out at me.
Yeah.
It may sound
small.
small.
Long time since they ever do that.
But he stepped up in the pocket, and the pocket was there. And so that part.
Also, his eyes were always downfield.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I thought he looked really good.
Yeah.
Actually. And they kind of sputtered a little bit of protection. They kind of missed some things, I think, out there at the receiver. But he looked. The throw he made to Strange was fantastic.
Yeah.
He did some good things. I think they're going to score points. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. It's just that defense is
right. They're going to have to outscore some people.
Woof.
If it goes down. All right. Wisconsin said, hey, we got chocolate-covered bacon, okay? But then Minnesota came in with a full-on menu, including Afro bean pops, which it may not explain everything, but you start reading that menu item, pretty damn good. Birthday cake cookie dough on a stick, bison meatball sub, cannoli gelato nachos, okay?
Cannoli gelato nachos?
Nachos.
So clearly
okay?
they're sweet.
I won't allow that.
Caprese curds, okay?
Caprese.
Cherry Bigfoot limeade float.
Yes.
Now, if you pair that up with chicken fried bacon fries,
Throw a little of that Iowa mash in there with that cherry limeade float.
Oh, chicken fried bacon fries. Bring them on. All right, let's ask a Midwesterner about some of these menu items that we've got.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
So Taylor Dahl has Midwestern ties for sure to
yeah.
Chicago. So have you ever been to a state fair and had any of this type of food that we've been describing today?
Yes, there's. Well, I feel like any state fair has kind of some funky stuff. You go to the ones here and it has some interesting, but I'm all about the weird snacks. Like I like trying different stuff and like meshing the salties and the sweets. I love that stuff.
Yeah. Would you go with dill pickle iced tea?
And I love pickles. They're doing too much right now with the pickles. There's pickle slushies and pickle ices and pickles teas and lemonades. I don't know. And I'll drink straight pickle juice out of a jar, like no problem. But I don't know about that.
I struggle with.
We did that in college.
Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps you hydrated.
From cramping.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So this team cramped up. That'll be a nice segue. Nice segue to Saturday. So what's coming up?
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll get into some of the lack of defense that we saw, I guess. So I'm sure we're going to talk about that Cam Little kick. That's going to be one of the things the positives that we'll take out of that. But yeah, a little bit we'll look around the NFL in general, some of the games, some of the things we saw of what you can see out of the preseason games. And so you have to kind of pick and choose, but definitely wasn't pretty defensively. And I'm sure Tommy has a lot of words for that.
Tommy Mike is going to be very interesting.
I can just imagine. All right, Taylor, thanks.
Thanks, guys.
We will be listening. Taylor, Lauren, Tommy Mack, Helmets and Heels coming up here in just a few. We are
Meathead's not going to be happy. I can tell you that right now.
And he was a little salty with some of the stuff he had on social. So we'll look forward to that. All right, we're done. We say thanks to Mocama Beer Company. Don't forget, check them out in Fernandina, in Wildlight, and look for them. We're talking local craft brewery, getting after it. Total, ABC, Publix, Target. You can find some of that delicious Mocama beer. We're done. We'll talk to you on Tuesday. You got Helmets and Heels coming up.
How we always say, move the meat.
XL Primetime.